Howdy, folks.
Once again, the plaid easy chair is before us. Using the easy chair, of course, because the plaid sofa is kind of covered with stuff right now. Stuff left over from, like, winter, like sand for the driveway and stuff like that. Little sandbags and stuff, and coats and things along those lines. Plus, it's nice to do stuff do these things on a plaid easy chair so people can't say I'm totally a sofa review ripoff or something like that. Anyways, last go-round, we mentioned that we bought this, a dollar store microwave container called SureFresh. I don't know if that's to be confused, if that has anything whatsoever to do. I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with the Stay Fresh bags that Chef Excellence of Ashen's fame is quite known with, whatever. Anyways, so here it is. We're going to see if this thing is worth the $1 that I paid for it by microwaving our supper tonight, which is going to come from our lovely friends over at Hartford House. Hartford House beef stew, the latest Hartford House product that I've seen gracing the dollar store shelves with its presence. So this is dollar store beef stew round 3. We're off to a good start so far. We're off to a really good start because it says there's actually beef in this stuff. Any kind of paprika, etc., and stuff like that. MSG, who brother? But at least we're not seeing anything about textured vegetable protein product. So, anyways, my last experience with Hartford House type products, USDA approved, focus. My last experience with Hartford House products was, of course, the Hartford House chili, which was quite an interesting experience. There were red streaks of whatever all over the inside of the can. It looked like crap, but it tasted incredible. It was definitely a lot spicier than a lot of the chilies that I've had before. So, here's the thing. So we got one can of this stuff, and if it's awesome, I'll go back and get some more. But let's see here. Definitely a smaller can than your average Dinty Moore, and smaller can than the other dollar store beef stews that I've tried out. It's a 15-ouncer. But, however, with how expensive some of the national brand, Dinty Moore, etc., beef stew is getting in its larger cans, I'm wondering if 2 of these for $2 might be more worth it than 1 can of the big stuff for notably more. Have to do some price checking and stuff like that. Hartford House food, etc., etc., etc. What do we have for calories? Well, we know the meat is actually probably going to be beef and not, I can't believe it's not meat. So, let's see, what do we have here? 2 servings per can, so double the numbers of everything you see here. So, it's definitely a day's worth of saturated fats. Maybe my 2-can idea wasn't such a great idea. And 47%, nearly a day's worth of salt. So plenty of fat and salt. But at least it's not surströmming. Anywho, once again, I don't have the can opener in here, so let's go get it via jump cut. Okay, jump cut over. The lid is off the can. And, I don't know what that orange stuff is, but looks like there's brown stuff underneath, so that's good. Lid is off the can and off the microwave bowl. Let's get this stuff in here and see what we've got to play with. Definitely an orangey beef stew compared to some of the other stuff, as some of the rednecks with their motorcycles make a ton of noise outside. But it looks like my concerns about portion sizes were absolutely very well founded, because this isn't even enough to coat the bottom of the bowl. Or microwave bowl thingy. Yep, it doesn't even. It's cooking this in the microwave is going to be almost like cooking. Cooking this in the microwave is going to be almost like cooking something in a frying pan, because I can't get this stuff to fully cover the bottom of this bowl. There just isn't enough of it. All right, cold taste. Without being heated up, it tastes like beef soup. Ugh. A little bit of a hint of the Southgate beef stew going in here. So this thing says to heat in a covered sauce. Microwave. Cover, yeah, all capital letters once again. Cover, because it kabooms and explodes or something like that. And heat on high 4 to 5 minutes and stir before serving. However, I'm not going to follow those directions, because I'm quite certain that when we can barely even cover the bottom of the microwave container, I highly doubt it's going to take anywhere close to 4 to 5 minutes to eat this stuff up. Let's try a 3.5. Be right back. Microwave time. microwave made short work of this stuff, since it's quite thin on the bottom. Yeah, look at what's left of the plate. Yeah, the kabooms and explosions came out in full force, and this was the net result. Stir before serving, apparently, because once again we've got red stuff all over the place in this beef stew. Alright, let's try this stuff out. We tried the Southgate beef stew before. It had its textured vegetable protein product, aka I can't believe it's not meat. And then we've tried some other types of beef stew as well. But let's take a shot at this Hartford House stuff and see just what we got for our dollar. Oof. And the spoon just went into the stew because the bowl's too big. Well, that tasted nice. Okay, proper taste with a proper spoonful of the stuff while you folks stare at the can as usual. In 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. If the old lady... there goes my spoon again. Oh well. It's what the rubber gloves are for. Yeah, well, let's stay. Dollar store bowls. Okay, there's no saving the spoon from going into the soup. Well, stew. It tastes like beef vegetable soup with a little extra meat. That's really it. There's no real There's no real crossover. There is. Oh, great. Got some in the chair now, but oh well. There's no real crossover on this stuff between going from beef vegetable soup to actual beef stew. So it's a long way from Dinty Moore. I'd even say it's a long way from the Southgate stuff that I've had. So, yeah, the flavor's not there either. It does taste somewhat like beef stew, but unfortunately, where's the stew part of it? It's basically like beef chunky soup. Edible? Yes. Should you spend money on this stuff? Probably. But if you're looking for... I dare say there's other types of dollar store beef stew that are actually better than this. I dare say even the Southgate is probably a little better than this stuff. Where's the beef? Yeah. Okay, now for comparison's sake, yes, I've removed the rubber gloves. We're done with the rubber gloves for tonight. For comparison's sake, here are two cans of beef vegetable so-called chunky soup from our good friends over at Hanover. Hanover Chunky Beef Vegetable, aka dollar store soup. Of course, chunky soup in the dollar store sense puts it about on par with the better regular soups like Progresso or Campbell's. Anyways, so let's try some of this stuff out to compare it to the Hartford House beef stew. By the way, I do apologize for getting my dollar store stuff mixed up. This is actually dollar store beef stew round 2, not round 3. I'm getting it mixed up with chili. Okay, Hanover Chunky Beef Vegetable. Well, I already know what this stuff tastes like. Hanover Chunky Beef Vegetable. Let's see if we can find some beef here. Alright, in 3, 2... wait a minute. Yeah, just to prove to you folks that this does have actual beef chunks in it and not textured vegetable protein product, I hope. 3, 2, 1. Yep, that's why I get this stuff. Though it's kind of runny, so I should probably thicken it up with something. Maybe a condensed soup of some sort without adding the water. Makes a condensed soup of the same general flavor with this kind of watery soup, and have something that probably has more flavor and more consistency and taste to it than this supposed beef stew stuff. So anywho, I think we've pretty much had enough of our food type stuff for one night here. Alright, so Hartford House beef stew. If you're going to get something from Hartford House, get the chili. The chili's awesome. This stuff, though, I hate to say it, this stuff makes me want to go buy another can of Southgate. You know you've really kind of blown it when stew that contains textured vegetable protein product does a better job with the beef stew stuff than actual beef stew with supposed real beef in it. Although I gotta give the guys at Hartford House or the folks at Hartford House, I should say, a break. Beef prices are at their highest since the late 1980s. So if stuff that supposedly contains beef starts getting a little cheesy in the name of cutting costs, I think I have a clue as to why. Anyways, till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Thanks for stopping by, and bon appetit!